Haribo. Once my friend Haribo came to school doing things. You know, doggers and mad murder stuff.
Michael.
Yes, Root. What do you want?
We're not doing that kind of video now.
Oh no.
Oh yes. The moment everyone's waiting for.
Michael Rosen logic. A girl said, I wrote myself a letter, so I said, I've got a tummy ache in Jamaica. Fuck. Dude. I think it's really bad news. They don't put the fastest land in our school loos. We had a teacher who had 48 kids. At the end of the week, there were hundreds and hundreds of them, and I ate the lot. She used to stand out the front going, as you know, it was our plan to go out today to the Museum. Louise, it isn't absolutely necessary for your watch to play us Mercedes. Mervyn, if I hear about your sandwiches, or the sandwiches in your fridge, if I hear about any of it once more, I shall give them to the Dutch. I don't know what Dutch, John. Any Dutch from Holland.
When we did spelling, it wasn't spelling. It was spelling. Have you got those things where it says check, cover, learn, read, cover, check, discover, learn, check, read, discover, breathe, hold your breath, die, learn, relearn, go home, spell, check, make, discover, read,
channel,
things, one huge bits of paper. It's longer than the word itself. The word says something like, stop it! Oh, you and your... Get out! It's just stupid. Oh, no, it wasn't like that. Down behind the dustbin. Oh, no, this is how it was. You have to stand up and spell out the word, everybody. E-V-E-R-Y-B-O-D-Y. Only she wasn't looking for somebody who could spell. She was looking for someone. She'd go, you! Huh? How do you spell sus? And the trouble was,
you weren't allowed to breathe in her lessons.
You didn't know that it said sus. You had the word sus, but you thought that that said Ouija. We all know how to spell E-V like this, isn't it? It goes E, E, V, E, E, E. I know an old bloke, and his name is Lord Jim, and he was inside a tin
full of screws in it.
What is poetry?
One common aspect of most poetry is that you don't have to write poetry. Now, of course, not all poems are poems, but basically, if you read a poem, if it's not my poem, then the chances are it's a bad poem, because I can get away with trolling everybody in a way that is concerned with outcome. If it's non-fiction, then it'll be logical, chronological, illogical, biological, logical, magical, logical, and hide.
Robert Louis Stevenson. But best was May. When she came over after May, we played games. My favourite was Snatch Her. This is how we played.
Thanks for coming, Rosen.
Hello!
I've heard all about your special training in Holland. By the way, I understand you're suffering from amnesia. Any sign yet that your memory's coming back?
I don't know. Actually, I remember this funny little rhyme. When I was 3, I started getting mad. When I was 4, I ate the dog's dad.
This is your way. Carrying it allows you to exercise. And here's some junk. It's not money. It's not accepted in any regions of the city.
I don't care. I want some crisps. Can I have a sweet?
No.
That wasn't very nice. I'm gonna cry.
Go see Harry, the engineer. He's got your equipment ready for you. You're the only one I've got left who can battle this Snatcher menace.
What's that?
It's a Hideo Kojima game, same guy who made Metal Gear.
I made a box big enough for me to sit in. I took the chance, climbed in. Look at the box. Though you won't see me, I'm on the inside.
Hey everyone, do things here?
Wow, yay.
I can't pronounce your name.
Why?
I'm Russian.
Would you believe it?
I made a YouTube poop. A lot of pretty good jokes. So, Judge Lal.
I don't think it's funny. Keel over and die. The things.
Normally I would not oblige that kind of request, but today I would not oblige that kind of request.
I am Dylan Cliff 111.
Oh no. Not one of those. Not another one of those Pennsylvania hypnotizers.
Will you give me some money so I can buy Chad Warden's Communist Tony?
No.
Hello.
Windmills.
Get off me! Telly, put your thumb in the air.
You bet.
Chocolate cake. When I was a boy, I had a favourite boy. I love. My mum, she says to me, listen, Michael, if there's any chocolate cake left over. But. So I used to go to school with a piece of my little box and I'd be walking to school, yay! And I'd get to school. And it would be playtime or lunchtime and I'm marching along. The shop downstairs. We live in a flat over a flat shop. It's an estate called Norman. My father told me that Norman is no. He's full of big ideas. Big ideas. Rush starts bombing away. We could open a new shop. We could buy a new shop. We could be millionaires. 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 Millionaires.
Yes.
And then Mr. Big Butt says, I can't stop myself. And so nothing happens.
Nothing.
That's them. Norman and Dad, says my butt. Is that true, we say? Sure.
Ram and Sheddle.
The cat.
That used to smoke a pipe.
I was Michael Rosen, by Michael Rosen, age 7 and 3 Rosens. And then they went off
To keel over and die.
When you're born, your folks think you're as horrible as your father. They scream
For
ice cream. No. You're too slow. Z's. So that's me, stacking the mustaches while he's getting the war, while he's red, while he's watching Hot Fuzz. Yeah, Mother Hubbard. One of us used to make it with the powder of love. That's the power of
Michael Rosen. Fantastic.
Shut your mouth.
Right, we pick up where the last story left off. I'm going to be searching the whole town and I'll gather all the people who aren't dead. But first of all, I shall go back to my house to get a few valuable supplies because I had hoped that it's probably still there. Now, if you remember last time, I was outside a bar just after receiving a motivational boost of encouragement. That's all well and good, but it's a really long way away from home, so I shall get some transport. And so I looked to see what there was. There was chant remains. Don't like that. There was a bus stuck on its side, on the side of the road. Don't like that. I was just about to say, plumb this, I'll walk, when I saw something else. And it was... Yes, absolutely plumtastic. I climbed in and I press the silver button. The machine starts roaring. Hot air rushes out of a silver spout. Home sweet home. Ah. Oh, plums. Well, I guess I have to go without. After all, I've still got my best weapon, you know. Plums. Anyway, time to find some people. I was just about to start looking when I saw a man going down the street. I shouted out, "Hey, Mr. Guy, are you all right?" Then, as this man got closer and closer towards me, I realized who I was talking to. An inspector. And yes, it was the same inspector from last time. And he said, "Right, I've come back for you just like I said I would." Then he saw the embers and the ashes and he goes, "Where have all the houses gone?
Do you know anything about it?"
And I said, let's just say something happened since you've been gone.
Since you've been gone. Since you've been gone.
Yeah. The inspector said, "Well, no matter, you're unharmed, so I can finish my report on you." I think I'll pretend I'm not okay. Then I start the moaning. So I said, I feel a bit sick actually. My nose is all runny. I've got a headache in my foot, like the blade of a knife in there. I've got a tummy ache in my head. It's hurting. The joke inspector said, "Oh, come off it, you fool. Stop that stupid faking, will you? Accept the fact that you made a terrible, overused joke." I shouted out, "Come on, man. That was ages ago. I'm not that bad anymore." So he said, "Okay, prove it." So here goes. Gee, it sure is burning around here. My boy, this pizza is what all true Haribos strive for. The inspector was getting a bit cross. Oh no! He was so plummed off with me. And he said, "Right, I'm afraid it's really big trouble now." And I say, "I hate really big trouble." All slimy. And he said, "I don't care. And it's no sulking matter." I never did like that joke, Inspector. And he said, "We're off." So I said, "Where?" And he said, "That's for me to know and you to find out." Okay, I said, "Okay. Yeah, okay." You know what? I've had enough of this man. So I said, "You'll have to catch me first." And I ran off down the street. "Hey, come back here," said the inspector. "You won't get very far. You won't catch me," I shouted. "You can't run very fast." And he said, actually, I can." And he came running towards me really fast. Oh no! So I darted across the streets right into an old warehouse. The only trouble was that place was nearly falling apart because of the inferno that kept on burning, if you remember. Anyway, "Oi, Michael Rosen, you can't run away." The joke inspector followed me into the crumbling building. But little did I know that he wasn't trying to take me away anymore. He was going in after me to help me. "Michael, wait, don't go in there. That's really dangerous, you know." But I thought I was still in trouble. And I climbed onto the beams of wood near the ceiling. And he screamed, "Michael, stop. Get out. Get out of here." "No," I said. "I've got to save the world." Suddenly, the roof collapses. And we're both on the floor. So I got up, and there was the joke inspector holding onto the end of a piece of wood. He was going to fall, so I shouted, "Quick!" Grabbed my hand. He had to reach up, and I had to reach down, and all the time the wood was breaking. I try, and I get my hand to reach. Then the inspector said, Go save the world." And he just fell to his death. I know what I have to do. Haribo died.
Yay!
No! He didn't die. I went.
And he faints. And he
Went.
We all have same armpit.
We live in an armpits.
This is
We made toenail and plum windmills. I'm gonna watch MrLisawsome. I'm gonna watch MrLisawsome. I'm gonna watch MrLisawsome. I'm gonna watch MrLisawsome. Hot fridge. Once I went to the fridge, saw nothing in there, and I thought, that's a shame. So I went to sleep. So then I went to sleep. So then I went to sleep. So then I went to the fridge. So then I woke down. Everything. Oh, was that piece of paper there before? No, must have been. So I went to sleep. That piece of paper, what is it? It's a picture of nothing. And underneath it, it says,
the shop
downstairs.
Something on the bridge. What did I say? Yay. All I said was nothing. When you're born, your folks think you're dead. They scream, it's only a toothbrush, it's no big deal. Maybe you lift your head up a tiny, tiny cardboard ice cream with a little bit of chopped cat. And they scream, lol. Wind forward a few years. I was 7 3/4. There was nothing in the paper. It was write a big book of hot jam. I thought I'd go for it. I called it Sauce, and I wrote how Michal went flying in the Jura mountains. I sent it in, and I won nothing, and it was printed in the shop upstairs. My mum and dad were
4 years older than me.
My mum and dad said, right. So that was that. Anyone around here breathing?
ThePlamzJoker 5 or the Michael Rosen Skylight. Boom. Kaboom boom. Boom. Kaboom boom. Kaboom boom. Kaboom boom. Kaboom boom. Kaboom boom. Boom, boom, boom. Once a boy called Dragonborn came to school and said, I can kill dragons. So he said, yeah, I bet you can't. So he said, okay, playtime. Hard luck, dragon. Always knew you were a bit weak. When I get in, if there's one thing I love, it's a fat box of raisins. Oh, I love raisins. I love the feel of the box and the sliminess of the flesh in my mouth. Nice. Not long after, a few days later, I look out the window and see Melanie with a bag of raisins. So I ran to her and snatched the raisins and ran back in my room. In my room, I was rolling up little raisins and watching telly, and on the telly was Melanie saying, never let me see you doing that again. I say, okay, don't worry about it. Not long after, a few days later, I thought, maybe I could go to my brother and he would put my raisins in his chocolate. I think you know what I mean. Chocolate raisins. I was loving life because I had hundreds of chocolate raisins, hundreds and hundreds of them, and I ate a lot.
We're not beautiful.
That's a shame. We had a teacher who had a teacher.
Hi, I'm Rog. My computer started getting really slow.
That's a shame. Out!
Under it.
Under it. Under it. Under it. Under it. Under it. Under it.
Hit the hit. Boom, 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 boom. When I was 6, I ate a bag of potatoes.
Uh-oh. We forgot to shout you.
How come you're here to give a shout one push? It's because when I was 6, I ate a bag of plums.
Chocolate cake. In the middle of the night, I woke up and I thought, I am dead. And then I notice I'm breathing. I'm not dead. Whew. I'm tired. I was 7. There was a collaboration in the paper. It was Clean Rosen Collab 2 by Root Negative 16, age 7 3/4. I thought I'd go for it. So I'm sitting there with my computer and I'm thinking of this book I read at school about sauce. So I think, what's it gonna do? I called it sauce. It went sauce. I sent it in. Sometime later, I got a letter from a girl in America. It was Root Negative 16. Whoa. Would you believe it? She said she had seen sauce. It was thrown out. She said I shouldn't bother. It was horrible. Oh, the things people say. I sent her a letter back and said, if I had the time, I'd try and sue the pants off you. A letter back and said, thank you very much for the letter. Don't worry. Maybe I'll try again next time. Thanks again, Michael Rosen. Here, every 3/4. Maybe she'll forget about it. Do you think she will? No.
Welcome to Don't Be Cheeky, the Michael Rosen Crazy Talk Show. Today, me and my brother are actually doing nothing. What you heard me. Nothing. Why? Fair enough, and I'll tell you. It's because we're going on vacation. Oh. What? Why? Where? I don't know. I don't think it's funny. You don't think anything is funny. That's enough. Anyway, after Don't Be Cheeky was over, we went to Chocolate Swiss Cafe to sort things out. A Hollywood, please.
Right.
One of those little chocolate Swiss rolls, please.
Coming. Right.
Anyway, we kept talking about tulips and cheese. Well, actually, we kept talking about where I think we're trying to go, and we waited. Then, suddenly, the food appeared. Right in the middle of a tray, with a little paper logic stuck in the top. I don't know either. That Hollywood is huge. So is your chocolate Swiss roll. You're right. Quite right. Dig in. Michael. Are you okay? That chocolate sauce. What is it? Finger in, smell it. Just like I thought. Drug things. Do you know, people say to me, this is a clean collab, but you're not supposed to have drug things. Fair enough, but these drug things weren't the kind of thing you're probably thinking about now. It was these kind of drug things. Anyway, not long after, the noise of a toothbrush breaking woke me up. Older Rosen, what is this place? I don't know. I was just about to get out of here when I heard the guy who gave me my Hollywood. Anyway, the guy said,
I like toenails.
Well, actually, he said,
Oh no, you're not dead.
Yeah, you're right, you fool. Who are you anyway?
I'm a terrifying creature called the pthooie.
Really?
Yes.
What's the matter? I think it's funny.
Keel over and
Die. Then, suddenly, the pthooie became huge, taller than me. And I had this really long rolled up comic to eat it with. It's no good. This is a horrible rolled up comic. But then, older Rosen starts doing things.
Quick, 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 quick! Come over here, come over here! You're gonna miss it, you're gonna miss it! Quick, 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 quick! Come on, you'll miss it!
What?
Quick, quick, quick! Come on, come on, come on! The chocolate cake!
What?
It's there!
Oh no, this is horrible!
Then, suddenly, the pthooie just fell over and became little once again. Wonderful.
Oh no, you're not dead.
Yeah, you're right, you fool. And I dashed out off to Brian faster than an electronic logic. And everything was lovely once again. Wonderful. And then we went home.
Chocolate, 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 chocolate. Hot frying pan. In the morning, my dad goes to the shop downstairs to get a proper frying pan. He says he wants his frying pan now. Why, your mother? So then I told my dad all about the frying pans and Mars bars. Dad says, oh yes, like the time you threw your mother's fluff out of the window. Frying pan. Frying pan.
Frying pan.
It felt like the room filled up with
Frying pans.
hundreds of them, and they were all crowding round me going, you threw your mother's fluff out of the window. Frying pan. I noticed that my mum and dad were the youngest in our house, but children's shoes have far to go. Solomon the cat lied dead on the bridge. But
Thank you. That's enough. Once a penguin called King D came to my cafe and said,
"Yo, Ogle, my gut needs some grub. Fetch me some food and hot to it."
So I get a bag of plums.
Yuck! Take it away! It's lousy! I want something else!
Would you believe it, the little pig? No! You cannot have anything. More people in Britain today are using logic. Smart and smooth, they invent spaceships that drop the base. That's enough. Box. I made a box. We're going on a bird hunt. We're gonna catch a big one. What? We're scared. Oh no, we gotta go on a bear hunt. My dad calls me. When I tell fibs, my dad calls me plamz sitter. When I come in from playing with my clothes a bit mucked up, he calls me boo jughead. When we were in this cafe on holiday and I laughed and coughed orange juice all over the floor, my dad called me Gary Spitz, mate, and the name's followed. When I watch telly all Saturday morning and I get a bit dozy, my dad calls me Wally Smelly Fart. When my nose is a bit runny and I can't find my hanky, my dad calls me Queen of the Dead Goldfish. I call him Hot Air, spinning brain, squeezing pizza, snuffling tomato, eating plasticine, licking a shtickle, flicking useless pig. My dad cried. Anyway, what is it? I'll see you all in fridge. I'll tell you. Ducks. I was absolutely poor. Yeah, all I had was 1 apple and 15 toenails. But, and this is a huge but, I had a plan. I was going to play the fiercest animal in the UK, David Alexander, to steal the great gold plum. Really good. Hello! Hey, Dave, you peach syrup drinking child mode. Yes! Come over, you slimy little snake. Okay. I'm the fastest in the land. I don't think it's funny.
Come in.
Okay. Why? Is it black?
I don't know. Well, actually...
Get out of here! I swam the English Channel, upstairs, into bed, in a flash. I've got to do it on my own. No David Alexander, nothing. To the plum card. Right.
Stop right there, criminal scum.
You can't run very now.
Don't mess with the hawk.
The first app's in. Fill my mouth with that thick, sweet juice. Watch out, everybody. Absinthe is really horrible. So remember, don't drink hard liquor. Conversations with a cool guy. Do you want an apple? No. What do you want then? Swag. If I hear about your swag, or the swag in your if I hear about any of it once more, I shall give you to the ducks and the SkySkoogle. So do me a favour and stick it up your backside. Laura laughs.
I don't think it's funny.
I wonder if I used to laugh when I was 2. I ate a soapy flannel like Laura. It's sus time. Michael's big part of 2 bad books. My dad had a favourite page in the Bible, page 1, because on page 1 it said, "Oh yes, like the time you threw your ring's best mother out of the windows." 7. I'm in the middle of a wrestle with my brother at lunchtime, but when?
12.50.
Correct. Now, I find my face right up close to his ear and I see the useless toenail. I read in here that giraffes have no orange. The Red Sea is plums. Gorillas can't nothing. Black treacle is blue. Elephants can't rap. And nothing rhymes with Is it? Puzzle 201. She said I said he lied. But I said she said he lied. When you said she said I said he lied, he said, I live with my auntie. Anyway, after all that time for the outing. Right, as you know, it was our plan to go out today to the Bike Museum. Now, I had hoped that it wouldn't be necessary for me to listen to but Fan has opened her can of cheese. Actually, Fan has opened her can of Hollywood. Anyway, the outing. We went to the Bike Museum and I took the one bike there was. Michael, you stole my... No. Right, bus conductor. The bus conductor saw me and the bike and burst the tire. Horrible bus conductor. And I ran and ran and I ran and ran and I ran and ran and I ran and... Washing up. On Sundays, my mum and dad said, right, on Sundays, my mum and dad said, quick, 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 come over here, you're going to miss it, quick, 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 come on, you'll miss it. What? I say, you're standing there at the sink. What? But, and this is a big but, I dashed out of school prison faster than an electronic strawberry ice cream. Anyway, I peeled off the bus conductor. Why? Never mind. I won't peel off the bus conductor. Right, I dashed out of school prison and then I went home. Mum said, did you have a good time? So I said, horrible. I don't suppose I will. I don't suppose I will. Well, Operation You Tree can't catch me, so off we go. Clean Rosen wrap. But I can't be trusted to do anything clean. I know. You may think I'm peas, you may think I'm sandwiches, you may think I'm lazy, you may think I'm nice. But hang on to your seat side and listen right here, I'm gonna eat a pizza. Hip hop hat. I'm giving you all the Michael Rosen. I was born on the 4th of July. I remember very well that lovely day I was in my mother. I think you know what I mean. Curled up tight, though I have to say it was as dark as black treacle. Gingers. Nothing to do. Didn't want to breathe. I was so happy, didn't want to lean. Then I hear some chords. One push button, Mrs. Rosen, and he'll be out. I'm telling you, that was a puzzle to me. I shouted out, no breathing. I popped out my head, said, now watch my telly. I juked and juked around the room.
What a story, Mike.
Blam, ba-diddy, bam, lamb, boola, boom, hip hop, shop. I'm giving you all the rap. When I was 1, I saw our jug in the English Channel. When I was 2, I ate Haribo's pancreas. When I was 3, I started getting thick. When I was 4, I ate my dad. When I was 5, the dog was in a band playing drums. When I was 6, I ate a bag of bags. When I was 7, I robbed a bank with Rob G.A. When I was 8, I became a ball. When I was 9, I closed all the schools. When I was 10, they made me King of the Plums. So that's what I am, that's what I be with a D-I-K-E-K-I-K-E. That's what I am, that's what I be, Mr. Tellybrains. Hip hop, I'm giving you all the Michael Rosen rap. Hooray! The Michael Shrug stuff. There was a man who turned up round our way once and said, I can teach magic. So he said, yeah, I bet you can't. So he said, okay. We never saw him again. Anyway, at school, we were doing Miss Tree. Then suddenly one day, our teacher, Miss Goodall, said carbon had 4 valence electrons. So carbon only made 4 bonds. Sheila McLean said, if that's true, how come can make 6 of them? Miss Goodall looked awful. I don't know why. So he didn't know what to say. That's enough science. Not long after, a few days later, there we were reading I was just about to keel over and die when I saw something else. It said, "The magic drink." And it was vanilla ice cream, one of those little chocolate Swiss rolls, cod and chips, fruity, bready mush, hot sauce, a great big chunk of potato, one sloppy, cheesy pizza, and another one of those little chocolate Swiss rolls. Suddenly, it appeared on its own, so I drank the lot. And now, I was magic. So now I conquer Holland. I became the King of Holland. After a few months of this, an inspector asked, "Who is the Queen of Holland?" There was silence. No one knew. Meanwhile, I've got to get a wife. I dashed out off to put notices all round the street saying, "Who is the Queen of Holland?" Probably you. Not long after, a few days later, I looked to see what there was. There was Applejack, don't like that. There was Samus, don't like that. There was Donna Noble, don't like that. And there was Peach. I was just about to say, "Peaches, the Queen of Holland." And I hear a funny voice going, "Hey, listen, get out of here now." Hey, Samus starts to drop bombs. "Quick, get out!" That's when my brain starts doing things. You know, sorcerers and magic stuff. I'll tell you what I do. I'm fiddling with reality, slowing down time, and yes, it stops. I try to unlock it. That was the mistake. Stopping the world. Oh no, the moment went on for ages. I try, and I get time to work, fiddle, riddle, diddle, diddle, fiddle, riddle, diddle, diddle. For 3 hours I'm at it, and nothing happened. I was beaten by hubris. It was then I noticed the man who turned up round our way once, the magic teacher, was watching me. And he starts up time, and he said, "Never mind. Michael Rosen, I don't suppose you'll stop time again, will you?" I don't suppose I will. Conversations with Eileen. "My name is Eileen Ogle, and I run a dancing school." Why? "My name is Eileen Ogle. I don't care. My sister is a fool." "Quick, get out! Get out of here! I teach little girls dance." "What does your mother say about that?" "My name is Eileen Ogle, and..." "Of course. Ha! My name is Eileen Ogle, and I..." "Do you want an apple?" "No." "My name is Eileen Ogle, and I..." "Do you want something to eat?" "No." "My name is Eileen Ogle, and I..." "Do you want some puff to eat?" "No." I don't think it's funny. I won't recommend anyone to experiment with it, but you can go to the local supermarket. It comes in a tin. Tins full of screws in it. And you open the tin, and the stuff that comes out is a strange give the kind boys of that pink, greasy stuff. One day, corned beef will close all the shops, and we won't be able to eat corned beef every day for months and months. And people will shout, "We want beef, corn." Cans of corned beef are not. Hitler, keep cans of corned beef in the cupboard. Not just one or two cans. Stacks of them. People will come over and we'll have a corned beef party. Surprise, motherfucker. The table full of cans of corned beef. And then everyone open cans of corned beef and we'll eat it saying, "Corned beef? This is nice. Nice party. Nice. I don't like corned beef. I don't like the way there are these chunks of fat sitting on it. And when you eat it, first the fleshy bit, it sticks. Then the slimy bits, they slide about. And when it all goes down my throat, it sticks. And now I think better frying pan. Frying pan. Who ever heard of the frying pan? Frying pan, nice frying pan. Frying pan, frying pan, frying pan. There are good frying pans. Frying pans. Would show more sympathy. To fry bacon and eggs. Smells nice. Finger in, lick it. Ow! That hurt! Tastes hot. My hands went hot. So I only put a little bit on my fork and I blow. Up. London's burning just now, is it? Right, jug. In the end,
Kant turned on the fact that song lyrics are a poetry.
these are good. Peeping noises. Peeping noises. Peeping noises. Peeping noises. Haribo. Michael. Useless sound.
Word America. And your proper not the same because of
That floating white cross on the blue.
that Greek stuff.
I've seen it all before.
Born tell me, Michal, Rosen. Would you believe it?
Now, I love this shaving soap. It was all perfumey. Oh, yeah. And then I noticed the room filled up with bubbers, hundreds of them, and they were all crowding round me going, yes, yes, yes.
You changed my life forever!
And wash your dirty mouth.
I got to the London airport. Suddenly, the goings went boing, boing. My logic, too, or how I learnt to make you chew it, and off we go. And then I start the moaning. Can I make in that joke? No. Now, if you don't stop it, I shall shoot. I shall give you to the ducks. Right? Okay, then we're off. Haribo Bridge. Once my friend Haribo came to school dying. We said, what's the matter? What's the matter? And he said his useless granddad had died in her lessons. So he didn't know what to say. Then I said, how did he die? And he said, I don't know. Actually, he was standing on a station waiting for the train and he just fell over and died. And then he started crying again. He was a nice hamster, Haribo's grand headache. He had a shed with rotten plums. I'm so horrid now. Conversations with the bump. Do you want to know?
No.
Okay. What do you want then?
A bag of plums.
Why?
I'll tell you. It's because, plums.
I'm stopping the tree. I am stopping the tree.
You can't stop me on the speedy.
I like cockerels. Yeah. Anyway, once I had a goldfish shop and I had loads of goldfishes, hundreds and hundreds of them, and I ate the lot. I looked after the lot. Then suddenly one day there was an inspector coming in. He said he wasn't going to inspect me, he was going to inspect my goldfish. Later that day he came in, he had a moustache, he doesn't shave and his face is all prickly. And he looked at our goldfish. And then our goldfish. He was very pleased. But, and this is a ginger but, it was then he noticed Haribo's granddad stuck on its side on the top of the water, mouth open, eyes staring, tail stiff, dead in my tank. He was a nice man. Oh no! Nice. Oh no! The moment I dread when Haribo's granddad dies in my tank. That's when my brain starts doing things. You know, the kind of thing. Murder and stuff. I'll tell you what I do. I dashed out faster than an electronic toothbrush. Hey, come back here, said the inspector. You can't run very fast. Useless information. I read in a book that the sea is blue. Gorillas are giraffes. Holland is full of plastic windmills. Black treacle can't jump. And nothing in the Bible is true. Whoa. Totes. More and more people in the Science Museum today are using spots. Smart and smooth, they grow on my face. I don't like it very much. Ow! Presents. Presents. I gave my mum and dad all kinds of jug things. I used to go round the shops for hours looking at jug things. Once I thought I'd made a jug thing. I ran and ran all the way home. What programme shall I put on the telly?
This Justin, Michael Rosen has been placed in jail.
Oh no! If there's one thing I can't stand, it's prison. They string you up from the wall bars.
Jug things.
Anyway, I've got big bother. The inspector's going to come back and find me here. I'll tell you what I do. I pretend to be a windmill and I dash off to Holland. Windmills. Okay, don't worry about it. I don't think it's funny. Strict. We had a teacher who was so strict you weren't allowed to get out your phone in her lessons. She used to stand out the front going, no, texting, no, Flappy Bird, no, Instagram, no, my space. Miss Bus Conductor, nobody at all uses my space, you fool. Miss Bus Conductor frowned and then started looking all round the class with her eyes, looking at the phones in my class. Facebook, Facebook, Facebook. She just fell over and cried. Once Miss Bus Conductor came to school absolutely furious. Dave said, can I have a drink? Out! School prison. Dave said, get off me! We never saw him again. None of us ever saw Miss Bus Conductor ever again either. The Michael Rosen chocolate baby airport. You may think I'm George, you may think I'm Haribo, you may think I'm a cool guy, you may think I'm the speedy hamburger, but hang on to your 2-year-olds and listen right here, I'm my brother. I was born on the 237th of May, I remember very well that horrible day. I was in my mother, curled up tight, though I have to say it was as dark as prison. Nothing to do, didn't want to drink. I was so happy, I want to wee. Then I hear Lollipop Lady give a shout, one push Mrs. Haribo, and he won't eat it. I'm telling you, that was a puzzle to me. I shouted out, how'd you know I'm pizza? When I was 1, I swam peach syrup. When I was 2, I put that finger on the end of your thumb. When I was 3, I started getting girls. When I was 4, I ate the dog's brother, mother's granddad's hamster's pizza. When I was 5, I was in a bag of plums. When I was 6, my brother was 4 years old. When I was 7, I robbed Batman. Nice. When I was 8, my brother was 4 years old. When I was 9, I closed all the prisons. We all got up and ran out the door and got away as fast as we could. When I was 10, they made me King of the Murderers. So that's what I am, that's what I be, with an I, with a K, with an E. That's what I am, that's what I be, Mr. Plums, Mr. Potato, Mr. Banana, Mr. Pizza Face. I'm giving you all a box big enough for you to sit in. I want to go to sleep. But there's a lamppost. Well, actually, there's a great big hamster under the bed, eating sandwiches and chocolate and drinks very, very quietly. He's disgusting. See? I told you, it's not fair. He's a greedy little pig. And then a picture came into my mind of the different ways I could cut bits out of the hamster. So now I get some pepper and put tomato stuff on the flesh. And that's the way it goes down now. Me and my arse. Me and my brother, we sit up on the telly watching Roger Burger.
Hi, I'm Michael. I was born on the 7th of May. I remember very well that awful day. I was in my mother, curled up tight, though I have to say it was dark as night.
So boring.
Vindaloo.
Vindaloo. Vindaloo. Vindaloo. Na-na.
What?
The word is man, and that's spelt M-A-N, which means common, if you'll excuse my extremely bad English pronunciation. So that means it's an F word, right? Wrong. Man comes into English from marmalade. It's first recorded in English. It's also been associated with something very sexy. Tea sells for maybe sort of £15.
I saw that, Mark, I saw that. Any more, and you'll be out. No trip, nothing. Anyway, me and my brother, we played games. My favourite was... This is how we played. We each wore a bright green hat and a moustache. We juked and jived around the shops for hours, going... To everybody. I like it. I think it's funny. Yes, here we go again. I don't think about it. My head's in the music. Every eye on me as I spin and
Spin and spin and spin.
until you're fit to burst. I see other people on the street watching me, shouting, screaming. It made an enormous noise. In fact, it made so much noise, we were all shaking. They stand about screaming. I stare at them, wondering what they're doing. They stare back. And before we all knew it, I was running and running as fast as I could. They were absolutely furious people until I see 3 terrifying children on bikes.
We built this city.
Wow!
We built this city on rock and roll.
I don't believe it. I really don't.
Say you don't know me.
Don't want to.
I recognize my face. Faces of evil. Say you don't care close to that kind of place.
I don't care.
My Tony plays the mama.
Who is Marlowe?
Listen to the radio. Don't you remember?
No.
This city on rock and roll.
What are you doing?
We built this city on rock and roll.
Quick! Get out! Get out of here! What the bloody hell was that? My name is Michael Rosen and I run a hamburger school. That's enough. Nothing is real because I am the king. I've got a terrifying tale called ThePsychoTails. After the man took our money and never gave it back. And I cried. On Monday, my dad woke me up. Wake up, he shouted. Haribo's granddad. He's dead. I rushed over to the tank. He wasn't dead. It was just one of his tricks. On Tuesday, my dad woke me up. Wake up, he shouted. Haribo, she's dead. I rushed over to the tank. It wasn't dead. It was just one of his tricks. On Wednesday, I went to school and I saw Haribo crying. We said, what's the matter? What's the matter? And he said his granddad had been eaten. Ha! Sucks for you, Haribo. It was a nice tasting man. Son. Potato make horrible crisps. When I got back from school, I was starving and we looked to see what there was. It was then I noticed Haribo's granddad. There he is, sitting there, right in the middle of a tray. Mouth open, eyes staring, tail stiff, dead in my tray. Dad said, he won't eat it. Haribo's granddad is huge. But Mum said, much like yourself. And actually, Mum said, no. If he wants Haribo's granddad, he can have Haribo's granddad and Haribo. Tea time with Haribo's granddad and Haribo. It was lovely. I had to reach up to get to the head on the top. Got it. Then onto the ice brain and the chocolate skull. Dig in. That was a bit rich, but horrible. Suddenly, Haribo appeared on its own and he screamed. That wasn't very nice. Haribo and Haribo's granddad weren't dead. It's just one of their tricks. Never mind, dear. I don't suppose you'll eat again, will you? I don't suppose I will. Michael's big boobers of traditional things part blob. My dad had a favourite part in Vanilla Sky Part 1. Because on Part 1 it said, oh no!
Oh yes.
Like the time you threw your mother's best ring out of the window.
It was her grandcrackers. Now, I know that sounds bad, but I was only 2. You know you're doing a wee, wee.
From the aeroplane over
To now. Here. Later. A mum tries to be icing. Look out the window. There's my ring. That's it. I'm stopping the car. I am stopping the car. Oh no! The moment I dread when mum goes from being happy to raging. I know. Fiddle riddle did Michael unlock the door. I said, no. You scare me. My mum said, all right, that's it. Key. Oh no! My mum did me out of the car and said in a furious voice, Michael Rosen, I was my ring on the road. Fact was my favorite ring it into my grandmother, and you know it. I said, because I threw it out the window and it landed in the street. What the fridge? Michael, are you insane? I said, but mum, I was 2 years old. I didn't know better. Hand slap. See, this is I hate 2-year-olds because 2-year-olds don't know. That's it. Michael row your boat. I'm going to hit your butt. And this is a... Get off me! No! That's my ear! I don't care. You glad fat surfer. Look at the drill. Oh no! No, stop drilling my soul. I'm drilling for oil. It was then I noticed
Brian.
He was watching my mum kill me. He had never seen anything quite so Haribo in all my life. People say to me, if that's true, how come you're here to tell the tale?
Well, that's simple, Mr. Yates.
I had a spare brain in my back pocket. Survival.
Yo ho ho and a bottle of what? Oh yes.
Quick, quick, quick! Come over here, come over here! You're gonna miss it, you're gonna miss it! Quick!
What?
Come on, you'll miss it! Quick! Come on, give us your hand, give us your hand!
And he grabs my hand, and I'll tell you what I did with it. I shoved it into my computer. Michael's big book of bad books. In the morning, my dad goes to the bathroom to have a... Ow! That hurt! Listen, Michael.
You cannot say bad words.
For God's sake! Why? Because I said so. Well, you can get this into your head. I'm not talking.
But
I'm singing.